Greetings and salutations. Hello to everybody tuning in to our Monday talk show. John Wilkes boofing. We're boofing.
Get the comments.
We're scoofing. Uh-oh. We're one now?
No, I'm saying no. There's no comments yet. I'm saying get it ready.
We're boofing. We're spoofing.
Yeah.
We're goofing. And we had a hell of a bar crawl this past week. So, my name, of course, is on this show. It's Phil McCrevis. And I am joined by Jasonda, Jason Derulo, and Scotty Too Hottie, a.k.a. Red Hot Scott.
Nice.
How the hell has your weekend been, guys? You want to jump right into it?
It's been red hot?
Oh, yeah. The weather's been hot.
So is the beer.
Bar crawl's been hot.
The fucking beer's been extremely warm all weekend. You can't drink it fast enough.
Oh, yeah. The beer, you got to get it in the small bottles, but we got it in the large bottles. So we just got to drink twice as fast as the average bear. But we usually drink it down fast enough. So I got the comments. We got our IT professional in attendance. Thank you very much, Julie, for helping us set up. And
you done shit.
We also got a couple of special guests waiting in the wings. So let's get right down to the topic. How the hell was that bar crawl that we did over the weekend on Saturday?
Definitely had to leave before I couldn't make it home. Because didn't pay for a fucking thing, basically, for the most part.
I knew you wouldn't.
Well, kind of not getting into the subject, but the amount of shirts that sold, thank you, everyone, helped pay
Thank
for
you
all
very
bar
much,
crawl.
everybody who came out and supported our bar crawl financially and emotionally.
Well, the shirts that sold at the wrestling event basically paid for all that.
Thank you for all our sponsors, too. They were awesome job hosting us.
Oh,
Got
yeah.
a little hairy and salty at the end, but, you know, what do you expect?
From a bar crawl, probably a little bit of getting sauced up and crawling from bar to bar. Although the original part of the bar was more of a bar stay or a bar sit.
Yeah.
Would you say that's right, Jasonda? Would you have called it a bar stay or a bar sit?
I call it a bar stay because no one was fucking leaving.
Yeah.
Dude, I started drinking at like 12:30 in the afternoon that day.
Hoo-wee.
I had a couple shots and a beer with stuff, and then fucking next you know we're coming up here, and then it was off.
Off to the races.
It was
Off and running.
Oh, yeah. Are you guys listening in? Oh, nice. Very cool. You can hear our sound effects then. Go ahead and press one. What's that?
Do you think?
No. Never been cut off before. Oh, I was getting fed waters.
Yeah. He wasn't cut off, but he was cut off.
Yeah, I don't remember much after that. I think I went over to Scotty's house and started slapping the bass on.
Uh-huh. We had a little jam, and then next thing you know, you were snoozed up in the corner.
Ba-ding, ba-ding, ba-ding. I woke up and I was like, where am I? What day is it? What bar am I at? Oh, I'm not at a bar. I'm at a house. Oh, God. I better get my car before it's towed.
I called Nick at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I was driving, and he's like, I'm like, are you sleeping? And I'm like, I'm sorry, I didn't know you were sleeping. It's like 1 o'clock. He goes, it's day. And I'm like, yeah, it's 1 o'clock. You know what, Nick? I'll call you in a few hours to see if you want to meet up. Go back to sleep.
Yeah.
All right.
And I left you a voicemail.
Yeah, they left me a voicemail. Like, you called me. It says you called, but what? And I'm like, what the fuck? I come back. Dude, I talked to you.
So what was your highlights of the bar crawler? What you can remember of it?
I like when people are blowing balls.
Okay. Oh, what about those fucking playing cornhole? And they're like, oh, we're taking those boards. Like, we're almost done. They're like, no, you guys are done.
Yeah, they
And
were
then-
very friendly.
No, and then
We had a
whatever,
few words with that pub.
whatever that one guy was like, okay, that's cool. Can I have a high five? And the girl's like, no, we're good. And it's like, wow,
Okay.
a little bit of cunt status there.
Right.
Ooh, don't disparage the sponsors.
Yeah. Well,
No, I don't even think it was someone that worked there.
no, it was.
Was it?
Yeah, the staff was very displeased. So
About
I
the
had to listen
cornholing?
to-
You guys
Yeah, well,
cornhole
I
too
don't know.
hard?
I don't know. I guess they were displeased that they were doing business and actually had to work, is what it was on a Saturday. They're like, what's this going on? I'm like, we're out of here in an hour, just hang in there. We're going to buy, I'm going to spend some money and we're going to move on. I doubt that. And I was like, okay, this is going to go well.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, we walked in and somebody on the crawl bought 2 coolers of beer and a humongous, what do they call it, a
Jeez.
fishbowl of alcohol?
Yep. No, it's more like, thank you. That wasn't good enough for him.
Right.
Well, I mean, like, fuck, you're gonna make money in tips and shit. Like, you
No,
want
we
that.
left. It was all good. Thank you. And then
But I kind of want to do like
Nope, it's fine.
won't be coming there again.
I kind of want to do like a bar crawls throughout the ages. I feel like we've all been on a couple of bar crawls in our day. I've been on bar crawls in Geneva with Jasonda. Then I've been on bar crawls in Akron way back in the day. You know, like I feel like the bar crawls were a lot of fun when I was, you know, like 22 years old, and you know the liquor processing system was at its maximum, so could just basically go ham and not have to worry about it the next day. And also, I think that we talked about this before. Have you been to Put in Bay as well?
Yeah.
So what about you, Scotty? You've been on bar crawls throughout
Yeah.
the ages? Or is this your first one?
No, jeez. Yeah, this is only my second. But anyways, I find out about bar crawls is usually about halfway point. It turns to fucking chaos and shit. That's all I know.
You think about it, because like you're like, all right, I'm on to the next bar. You're like, oh, I don't have enough for a beer. Let me get a shot real quick and then cash me out. It's like
Yeah.
people do that shit.
Yeah, I've been on some bar crawls that are very tight. It's like hour on the mark. We're moving to the next place, so you know you can basically get like a shot and a beer per place, maybe 2 drinks if you're sipping them fast. But then when it's like the timeline gets a little extended, you're like, well, you know, they said 10 minutes, 20 minutes ago, so we're probably have some time. Let's get more beers and more shots. That's how you're like,
Uh-huh.
Yep. Well, and then you get one. All right, everyone leaving. And you're like, ah, fuck, slam it.
yeah,
Right.
right.
Yeah, it gets to be chaotic, and then the drunker everybody gets and everything, and the more fun everybody's having, and then usually near the end, it starts to always get ugly for some reason.
Oh yeah, I left before I was not able to leave.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I was stuck because I live close, so it was all right. Everything worked out.
Oh yeah. Well, at least we didn't do it at Put in Bay with swim up bars.
Yeah.
Whenever there's a swim up bar involved, you know there's a drowning hazard when you're getting drunk. So
Or
I was
golf
happy to
carts.
not doing that. Oh yeah, the golf
Golf
carts.
carts.
well,
So,
then
yeah.
also like you think you're fucking like to Put in Bay, that's the one swim up bar. You know everyone's drinking, and you look around and like these people have been in this water for like an hour and a half. Not one fucking person has gotten out.
To piss?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about the piss factor.
And half of them are hungover from the night before, so
Dude,
Or the other bodily function
dude,
factor.
at Put in Bay,
not good.
I was let's say I was feeling very well, and was not.
Feeling no pain?
Yeah, I was definitely feeling no pain, and I was driving the golf cart around, and got lost, and was like, "Fuck it," and just drove around Put in Bay on the golf cart. Then I go to realize, if you're feeling no pain, but you're driving the golf cart, they will still say, no, that's not good. I'm going to take you somewhere to sleep tonight. And luckily, I did not get that because I was so invincible that night. that
I love how you're choosing your words carefully. I was invincible. I was going to get a free stay. At
I was
the facility.
I was going to get a free place to sleep if I would have gotten acquaintance with or whatever.
Right.
Oh, Tank Telecast says Tigers doesn't like swimming in piss. He likes swimming in bliss.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also,
Who
he likes
doesn't?
he likes swimming in booze with nothing to lose.
Right.
Bingo. What?
What you think about it? Most fish swim in their own piss, anyways.
All right. Well, we've been
So,
on.
like-
We did our intro. We've been on for a couple of minutes. Maybe we should get some special guests on here.
Sure thing.
Special guest. Time to
Come
come
on.
on. Yeah. All right.
What's going on here?
Special guest time.
Special guest time.
Go.
There you
Hey there.
go. Hey.
Long-time
Introduce
listener.
yourself.
First time,
Introduce yourself.
First time contributor.
Oh,
I like
Wallow-
to-
Wallowitz fucking committed
I-
suicide.
We're off to a great start. No, I'm just
I'd like to make an entrance.
That's right. How you doing tonight, man?
I'm
Good to
doing
see you
great.
again,
How are
man.
you guys
Walk
doing?
What's going
Walk
on,
to the-
Yeah. So,
Good.
good night at the bar crawl.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus.
Pretty vicious.
And then got home and continued on to about 4:30 in the morning.
It never stopped at the bar.
Mm.
No, not at all. I just had to make sure I can get home from the bar with the person I was with, and then just keep having fun.
So, what's the most vicious bar crawl you've ever been on in your life? One that just haunts the deepest part of your soul.
Geneva on the Lake. I pissed myself and I puked.
At the same time?
Well, I pissed myself first, and then I puked, and then people were like, "Dude, you pissed yourself." I'm like, "No, I didn't." I'm like, "No, I didn't." They're like, "Yeah, you did. You pissed yourself. Look at your pants; they're soaked." I'm like, "That was just a dribble."
Right.
But it was just like but it was all slurring of the words.
Right.
So then I ended up puking in this little cabin we were staying at on like the little wooden balcony patio thing, and cleaned it up the next day. Then a year later, we went back, rented the same fucking cabin, and all of us, same people, and they're like, "Oh, look, your puke stain's still there from last year. The wood was still stained."
Trying to blacklight on it. It really glows.
Well, here's some good advice next time it happens. When you piss yourself like that, take some beer or some water and dump it on your
I'm
shirt.
like, "Oh, yeah, I spilled. My bad."
Sorry, I spilled.
How it smells like beer and piss.
Right. I noticed that too, and look at everybody else. What did he do?
It's still running down my legs. I'm like, "Oh, yeah, I spilled." Like, dude, you spilled like a half an hour ago. No, it's still running down my leg.
Don't worry about it. Geez, most vicious bar crawl I've ever been on. I don't remember.
Well, that's the sign of a good bar crawl.
What's your most vicious bar experience in your years of this existence?
Usually the bar brawls, they get kind of ugly.
All right, take out the stereotypical someone stepping up and being an asshole and there's a fight.
I got one when you're done.
What is like the craziest, wildest shit? Whether like anything besides the fighting, because that's usually where the story goes.
Yeah, I mean, it would take way too long, but, and I don't want to really talk about it on this format, but it was pretty crazy. I got away, so that's all I got. Man.
Okay, so, we'll just leave it at that.
Yeah.
All right. So, over to 1899, just sitting there hanging out, very, very crowded, like, ears to shoulder, and there's this really tall guy, must have been 7 foot even. And he's talking with this short king, this little guy. They're having a good conversation. The tall guy kind of turns around, and the little guy's smile fades, and he rears back and reaches up and punches this guy right in the chin, and he went down like a redwood tree, right into me and this random woman that was just standing right next to me, and I'm like, "Oh my God!" And then I notice he's bleeding, so I'm like, "Oh, not my problem," and I push him right onto the woman and walk away.
Yeah. How long ago? About?
Must have been 10 years ago, I think.
I know the two people that did it.
Wait,
They're
what?
both friends of mine. I had to hear about it the next day.
Did they make amends? Because that guy was...
Yeah, they're friends. They don't know if they really like me. Yeah, they made amends. I know who the two people were.
You have concluded a years-long mystery for me.
Uh-huh. Oh, I'll fill you all in later. I don't want to say their names and stuff. I know who the two cats were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Did I describe them correctly? Like,
yes. Yeah, I know
shorter
who
gentleman,
exactly
short
where
king,
they were.
tall as a...
Yes. I know. Yeah, they actually kind of went to high school together. Kind of. That's how weird that is. But
they're not a high school buddy unless we've decked each other a couple times.
Exactly. They drink together, so
That's good.
that is good stuff.
George, that a boy, John. Yeah, I mean, I think everyone has a friend that they've gotten in a physical fight with over years, and they're still friends. Because sometimes like you just need to do that, and then just to get it out, and be like, "Look, man, I'm sorry."
I want to know what historical figure friends have gotten into fist fights together. Like, maybe Gandhi and like
Right.
Gandhi got into a big fist fight with one of his Buddhist friends.
Barack and Joe Biden.
Yeah. Joe Biden and Obama just got into it one day. 3 years together, they just had to duke it out on the back lawn.
Good stuff.
Man, it's the thing. It's not like bar crawl stuff. I have woken up in a facility of free betting for the time being twice. It wasn't free later. It was free that night, though. Oh man!
I think the best is sometimes you wake up the next day and you look at the clock and say it says 7:02, and you're like, is it AM or PM?
Yeah.
You're like, don't know where the frick you're at and stuff, and and then did he have to come too? That's always the best.
I can definitely relate to pissing on myself a few times, but it's kind of different because I get up and I walk somewhere to go to the bathroom, but
Yeah.
I don't take my pants down, or I
Yeah.
pee on someone's furniture or someone, or something interesting like that.
Yeah, I have a good buddy who will remain nameless. He gets up one day, staggers over, all just sitting around the front room, walks over to this big house plant, pees right in it. We're all just laughing, and when he's done, he's over there flushing one of the leaves and stuff.
Oh.
I was like, where's
plant-
the cameras?
The plant died 3 hours
He's
later.
fucking the
It was a
plant.
wilted.
That dude goes, I don't like that plant anyway.
Yeah.
me and my best friend, I owned a trailer in Euclid, and he lived with me. And in his room, I had a single box of my things. It had like my original PlayStation, like just some random shit in the corner of his room. So our other friend, who I will not name, he's sleeping over, and he's in my best friend's bed because we're letting him sleep. And all of a sudden, we hear him rustling around in there. So we're like, "What's he doing?" We go there. The whole room. He has the whole room, and he's pissing on my box of stuff. But he's sleeping and he's drunk. So my friend starts yelling at him.
Yeah.
What are you doing? And he wakes up while he's doing it, and was like freaking out because it's like, what the hell is happening right now? Like,
Almost exactly the same thing happened to me, but we were in a friend's guest room. My friend said I shot up like a zombie or something. I started pacing the room. He's like, what the fuck is this guy doing? And then I walk over to the window and I just kind of stare out of it, start undoing my pants and stuff. He's like, oh, fuck. And then I start pissing on the window. He jumps up and slaps me and says, no, like a bad dog. Like, he slaps me. And I said, I kind of
you don't realize it.
down. Then I walked out of the room, came back with cleaning supplies.
He did that
And,
too.
No, I cleaned the piss perfectly. Next morning, he's like, dude, you know what the fuck you did last night? I'm like, I don't know.
Oh,
sure
so
enough,
you did know when you were cleaning it.
I didn't
Oh
know.
my God.
I was out, and we were touching it and smelling it, and we're like, this is perfectly clean, man. I do a pretty good job.
Dude, I was so salty. I'm like, you had his entire room to piss on all his stuff. You had to pee on my little box of stuff.
Yeah.
But it's just like once we were yelling at him, what are you doing? And he woke up and just freaked out. Like, what is happening? What am I doing?
Yeah.
Oh,
Besides, he likes to be involved and run a bunch of furniture stores and stuff. And at least twice a month, everybody would come in. Hey, you got a futon mattress, or you got a twin mattress for a spare bedroom? You know damn well next day I need it right away. You know damn well they pissed it.
got to bring
At
back
least twice, 3
plastic
times a
linings to
month.
beds.
Well, they have them, but sometimes they piss through them too, which is amazing because they get the shitty old plastic liners.
Well,
or
if you're a
some crap.
man, I think the government should give you a plastic
Well, I
bed
think
sheeting
they should
when
come
you turn 15.
standard. They should
come standard with birth.
They should come standard
I
with
gotta
every
stop
mattress.
stepping on this table here. I'm
Yeah.
messing
Yeah,
up
you
the
can use
beers.
this table. Got it.
Yeah,
It's
that's
stable.
okay.
Yeah, we'll get some napkins.
And everything. So, hey, it was like, we want to cycle in some more guests, Nick?
Yeah.
What do you want to do? You want to
Bring them
stay in? Or?
It's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for having me, gentlemen.
Yeah, thanks for being on. Appreciate it.
Well, Scott, during the transition, there was actually one more story over that. I had another friend,
Yeah.
and I was living at this house with people I went to high school and college with.
Yeah.
He is dead asleep on the futon. We're all sitting there. He sits up, walks right over. I had a room with my music, like all my shit in there, my
Yeah.
drums, my guitars, everything. And he walks in there and closes the door. Didn't say anything to anyone, and we're like, "What the fuck? Like that was strange." And like, why is he in there? I open the door. He's pissing on the wall. He's pissing on the wall.
Oh.
And we're like, "What are you doing?"
I was like,
You know?
what are you doing? Oh,
I can
man.
say I've never done that. I've only pissed myself though, and it's not usually because like I'm too drunk to do it. It's like I can't hold it because I have to pee so bad.
How you doing?
Hey, welcome in. Yeah.
Well, we gotta
Put that on your head and
Make sure the mic's close to your
this
mouth.
way here, this way, other way, and we'll do this way. Put it on. There you go. There you go. And I'll put that right up
Right there.
There you go. Perfect. Welcome. How you doing today? We're talking about funny stories. Have you ever pissed yourself drunk?
All right. Hey, what's your craziest bar crawl story or bar story in general?
Bar story in general.
We've talked about fights and stuff like that. So like maybe not so much the fighting part of it, but just like crazy as shit.
All right, so I was a DJ for 10 years.
Nice.
So I DJ'd Slam Jams in Menor, Slam Jams in North Olmsted. I did the Beach Club downtown for college ID night for 4 years. So I can tell you some pretty crazy stories, man. So when I was a DJ downtown, Beach Club, 2002 I started. Everybody was going to the jungle, right? The owner, Curtis, was like, you have 1 month to bring everybody back or you're out the door. He was giving everybody a month. So I was like, all right, man, this is what I'll do. I started whipped cream Thursday night. I bought 20 cans of whipped cream on every Thursday night. We had this big bar behind the booth. We had this big spotlight, right? Just whipped creamed every single girl on top of that bar every Thursday night.
They're licking it off each other and shit.
Oh, licking it off each other. I mean, I got to do a lot of licking, too. The music stopped a lot on Thursday nights when I was there, but we took everybody from the jungle. I kept my job there for 4 years.
Right.
It was wicked. I used to take pictures, but that was when you were able to have fun.
Yeah.
And he didn't ruin any equipment with whipped cream, folks. That's a skill set. You didn't ruin any equipment with whipped cream.
No, man,
That's a
but I'll
skill
tell
set.
you.
Hey, did you introduce yourself yet to the...
Oh, my name is Chris.
Chris.
Yeah.
DJ... What was the DJ name?
Well, back then my name is DJ Venom.
DJ
nice.
Venom.
That's
Nice.
I got that nickname from a friend of mine. So I just rolled with it. But yeah, that probably was like my best thing that I ever did.
That'd be so fun. That would be so fun.
He let me do it, and we thought we were going to get in trouble. But the cops let us do it, and back then you were able to do it. But I'm telling you, every Thursday night, 25 cans whipped cream down the tube.
I wish I'd have known you
And
back there.
like I said, we would take pictures. I would bring them, show the girls. And we would sometimes have to kick girls off the bar because other girls would want to get on that bar. I mean, they would be down to their bras and panties sometimes, and we would just be licking whipped cream. And I mean,
whipped cream.
It was insane. And like I said, I got to keep my job because of that for 4 years. And that's the way we rolled every Thursday night, man. Curtis loved me, man, because of that. And those were the good times. And you just don't have that around here anymore.
Right.
Yeah, it's like
you got to bring it back.
It's like a different vibe when
I
you
got
go
a
out to
theme
the
song
bars now.
for
It's
it.
like different vibe. Like everyone, I don't know. Like I go into somewhere and I feel like I'm the oldest one by like 10 years, and everyone is acting completely like different. Like,
Young.
well, yeah, not even like when I was young. Like, yeah, we had fun and stuff like that. But it's like the way people are now. It's like I fucking bumped into a girl. I was back when Bruco was still open. It was shoulder to shoulder, and I'm like just trying to get a drink, you know. And I got caught up in a stool, and I like lifted my leg, and I bumped her. Oh my God, you're trying to touch me, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I don't fucking want to touch you. Shut the fuck up. I'm just trying to get a drink. Leave me alone. You know what I mean?
Man.
Like, just stop.
You know what you should have said? Whipped cream. Put it all over your body.
You know what society's so different now with the way everything is. Man, I would just be like, hey, the first girl at the DJ booth with a tramp stamp would get a free drink. Man, we'd have 17 girls fighting just to get to that for a free drink. Boom. First girl at the DJ booth with a pink thong on, you know, boom, man. Like, or no underwear on, or no bra, you know, or the first girl to take her bra off and give it to me would get a free drink. You can't do that now because of the way society is, and that's just the way it is, man.
Right.
But back then, you were able to do that stuff. And I have a couple buddies that are a DJ, and they're like, you should DJ again. I'm like, this world couldn't handle me as a DJ, and I'd probably be in jail the first night I was a DJ.
You still have your equipment?
No, I don't have my equipment or nothing.
Well, that's free promotion.
Huh?
Free promotion.
Nah, I would love to DJ again. I miss the money. I miss, being on the microphone and throwing a party. But I don't think this world is ready for me to throw a party again ever like
Well, they'll
that.
come back. Everybody will wake up from the wokeness or some bullshit, and then you'll be able to come back and do it again.
And then I'll be in jail the next morning.
Sure.
Or all over the internet. This guy is, sexist, this and that. It's not even that. I'm just trying to have a good time like we did, 20-some years ago.
Part of your salary, a good promotion.
He was trying to put whipped cream on us, the pervert. Like, shut up.
It's the best idea I've ever had in my entire life. And I just woke up one day. I was like, I'm going to do whipped cream, and I just rolled with it, and it was the best idea I've ever had in my lifetime.
Plus, you could do a few whippets and shit.
So how did you get into DJing?
You know what? I just enjoyed music back then, and that was actually Beach Club was my first gig that I've ever had, and then I just started growing from there. I did weddings and high school graduations and stuff like that. But I'll tell you what, besides the Beach Club on Thursday night, like high school parties are the best. Even though you got to be careful what you play because you know you're at high school and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But they'll dance to anything, man. You can play "It's Raining Men," and those people are on the dance floor having one good time. But again, you got to be careful what you play at the schools and everything like that. But I do miss it, man. I do miss it a lot. I miss the money. I miss being on the microphone. I love being on the microphone, throwing a party.
You could do private parties. You're allowed to do what you want at those.
Correct. You could do, the
There you
private
go.
party. You could do what you want
Maybe
and stuff
that's
like
your
that.
in. You can do a private party or two.
Probably met a lot of badass people there.
What's that?
You meet a lot of good people you're still friends with to this day?
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
I'd say that's definitely something cool.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm still friends with a few DJs, and I've talked to them about DJing, but I just don't think the world can handle me as a DJ. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I go to bars and I see, you know, some DJs and I listen to bands, and sometimes I just want to go up there and just grab that microphone and just be like, just give me like 5 minutes on this microphone. Let me do my thing for 5 minutes. I'll give you the microphone back, and you know, but I don't have that say so anymore.
So how long have you been out of DJing?
I quit DJing 2013. And the funny thing is I got a daughter now, and she's going to be 15.
Oh,
And I'm just like, thank God they don't do that stuff anymore, because I'm just like, I don't want my daughter in that kind of thing, man. Now that she's like 15 and stuff like that, I tell her, I'm like, Jesus,
And
man.
you probably you missed a lot of the video age, so none of that's like sitting as evidence.
Well, because I did the cause on college or on teen night,
yeah.
and you know those girls would come in,
Yep.
they would look one way, and they would go to the bathroom. Then they would come out with makeup on, jewelry on, look totally different. And then 10 minutes before they would leave, they would go clean it all up, put it back in their bag, and look totally different.
Right.
And their parents would never check the bag, I guess.
So it's funny, like with like going to jail and like kids nowadays. So when I turned 18, my sister looked at me and she goes, "You're old enough to go to jail now. Behave." And I'm like, "Oh fuck, I am." But so I ended up going to jail a couple times. So then when her kids turned 18, I looked at them. I'm going to tell you the same thing your mom told me. You're 18. You can go to jail.
Yeah. That's awesome. So what else are you guys talking about today on the show?
Oh man, the
stuff.
fucking Hawk 2 girl. That fucking shit is everywhere. Hawk 2.
Oh, you know what?
Settle
I posted a video on Facebook about that, and I got almost 3,000 views about it.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
That she was trashy and you shouldn't. Oh, I bashed her pretty bad.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because I do this like soulmate thing on Facebook, and I started off bashing her, and then I went into the soulmate thing, and then I got like 3,000 views about it.
Oh yeah, the week was she now? Was she is assassination or appreciation?
Yeah, appreciation. I'll just say,
Well,
just call it the
because it's kind of a mix
appreciation.
right now. She's kind of being a assassination.
I'll appreciation. Anything to encourage that type of activity from, the females.
Well,
Good.
it's funny. It's like
Give
people
them something to try if they've never tried it before.
people are like hardcore looking for her, like
I
on
say
her
we rate
social
'em.
media. Like
Oh, good.
it's mainly dudes. They're just trying to find her ship. I saw a
Gotta
TikTok,
encourage it.
I saw a TikTok of a guy claiming to be her ex-boyfriend, and he goes, "You guys would be disappointed. She ain't like that. She ain't
Right.
like that, and she ain't gonna do shit like that."
All right. Oh.
The sad thing is her name is Haley, correct?
I can't. I think so.
And my daughter's name is Haley too.
Oh.
So, but she's making a lot of money. Merchandise and stuff like
yeah,
that.
T-shirts.
Yeah. I think her stage name was Sunshine. I might have tipped her out about a 20 one night.
Hey, the best thing is one comment and she got all that fame.
Yeah.
But how long is it going to last for?
It'll be in
About a week.
In 2 months, tops. You won't even know. You won't hear about it.
It'll
no
be
more.
old by August.
Yeah, that's the thing was like
4th of
social,
July.
like social media. Anyone does shit like that, like you get 15 minutes of fame and then you're over.
She needs an agent. You got to step up her game. Haley, Sunshine.
The only one that actually did something with it is the fucking what's her name? Danielle. Like, catch me outside. How about that? She's the only one that actually made millions of dollars.
Oh, that ghetto girl from the Dr. Phil show or whatever.
Well, because now I think she's like 19 or 20. So she started in OnlyFans. And then she ended up making like a rap career. She's a fucking millionaire, all because of that Dr. Phil episode. Like, because of your bad behavior, you're a millionaire. Like, what the fuck am I doing wrong?
Correct, man. We need to think of something like that so we become millionaires and stuff like that. Be set for life.
Like, what am I doing wrong?
All right.
Okay, so that's the assassination of fucking. I think, and actually, she goes by Bad Baby.
Bad Baby.
Bad
Sunshine,
Baby.
all of you. Keep up the good work. Encourage the youth of America.
So let me ask you guys: have you ever got a hot tui?
Of course. No. Yes.
I mean,
no.
Not like directly like right on it, but little.
You got like a little bit of loving on that thing, huh?
Yeah. Never directly just right on it.
So no girl really ever spit a loogie on that thing like that, no?
Yeah, be careful of letting girls do that kind of activity on you after they have eaten hot food.
No, I've never got a hot tui before either.
I need to grab a beverage. You want to sit in?
Yeah, come on. Let's get some people in, Nick.
Budweiser.
Come on, Nick. Let's get some folks in. Thank you, DJ Chris, man. That's awesome. You got to resurrect your career, brother.
We're good? I love it.
Oh, by the way, you better give Carrie a shout out for selling all those fucking t-shirts. I don't know.
Gary? You jumping in the
Hey, the third wave. Come on down. We're doing a whole third wave swap today. Awesome. All right, welcome to the third wave.
Okay, awesome.
Third wave happening.
Hey.
Hey.
We're on. We're live on air, and I'm back myself, Phil McCrevis. I'm here with Carrie, the Crafty Crab aficionado, and Ryan's back again.
Back again for more.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, big shout out to Carrie and the Crafty Crab for doing a lot of organization for the event.
Awesome.
Oh, yeah. We had the gift cards to give away.
Awesome. Well, thank you also, you guys, for all your support.
Oh, yeah. So, Carrie, what did you think about the bar crawl? A little bit of an extravaganza.
It was definitely an extravaganza. It was kind of bizarre a little bit because, we really weren't sure where it was going to end, which we kind of knew, but it's always a predicament of how it ends.
If you know where it's going to end, what's the fun?
Well, I don't think it really ended. I just think there's a couple things I have to take back. And it's just a reminder to everybody. It was
Lots
a
of
lot
bar
of
crawl never ends.
lots of fun, but I think sometimes when we drink too much alcohol, we get ourselves a little out of line, and we kind of forget that we're in the public face and that our businesses, our persona, and who we reflect on, it does come out. And I think sometimes it's not like having a barbecue in your backyard. So that's just the only thing I would say. I just think in general, people need to focus a little bit to remind themselves, oh, this is where I'm at.
We're
and
having
this is what
fun,
I should do.
But we don't want to have too much fun.
Exactly. Or be more responsible. That's all. But I don't think everything turned out well. Nobody was injured. Nobody ended up in jail that I know. And I know a lot of people got rides home. And thank you for all those. Being responsible and staying somewhere instead of drinking and driving.
Oh, yeah. And actually, got a shout out to Ryan. It was his birthday.
Thank you. Yes.
Hey.
I'm a 10,001-year-old dragon now.
Ooh, okay.
I'll have you say that one more time.
I'm a 10,001-year-old dragon now.
What do you think about that, Carrie?
That was pretty cool. You got a baby voice too. Oh yeah. I like this voice. Very cool.
Loving it. Oh,
Excellent.
no. My normal voice.
Back to the normal voice.
Not loving it.
All right. Do you guys have any topics that are burning in your brain that you want to start discussing on the show today?
So I guess two astronauts are stranded in space right now because Boeing has fucked up yet again.
Oh,
And
Boeing,
one of
what
their
are you doing?
starliners are not prepared to receive them back onto the planet Earth. So Boeing, according to the very quick 3-minute article I read, is tanking. Sell your Boeing shares,
Oh my!
and this podcast is not liable for any financial decisions that you make.
This is for entertainment purposes only.
Yes.
You know, I have to take a look at this because technology itself is moving so fast and it's vastly. We use it for everything. Prime example, I own a business. You know, internet shuts down. It shuts down everything, and it causes problems. Unfortunately, something that large. I'm not sure what the actual mechanics of the whole situation is. First of all, to the families and to the members, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I hope everything works out. If anyone, I think it's 1981 was the spaceship that blew up.
Oh, the
Challenger.
Challenger.
Oh, that was very big tragedy.
I remember that as a kid. It was very devastating to me. So I can't imagine this is just the same. So of course, I'm a godlike person. Prayers to everybody, and hopefully everybody can figure this out. Is anything with I guess we're going into a whole different level with space. I mean, there's a whole many different factors we don't have here on Earth. So are they predictable or not? I know we want to simulate, but can we?
The first time a few weeks ago, I saw the Starlink.
Oh yeah.
Elon Musk's Starlink going across the sky, and I realized this is the dawning of a new age. The night sky will never again be the night sky that our ancestors saw. The unchanged brilliance of stars from billions of light years away. Now it's an artificial creation.
Well, it's interesting to see that Starlink come across. It's like, hey, wait a minute, is that a bird? Is that a plane? No, it's like 10
It's
Starlink
Elon
satellites.
Musk's financial.
So which takes back to a whole cartoon I was growing up. I can't remember the name of it. But they had flying.
Jetsons?
Yes.
Yeah.
So now we're looking at that, like
the Jetsons.
yes. And what is the dog's name? Elmo or something?
And they had no railings anywhere on that
they didn't?
entire thing.
No.
Not a single railing in sight.
No, they were just on escalators floating in the sky.
No, that gave me anxiety as a child who had no idea of OSHA or anything, and I knew that something's wrong here.
His dog Eroy?
Eroy, yes,
Eroy.
that's it. And, I got this song, but I can't think of it.
And like the Jetson dad, he's like on the treadmill with no, like you said, no
railings,
arm rails. And he's like getting spun around it. Yeah, but Carrie, we got a shout out for you. Hey, Carrie, I miss you, from Jennifer.
Hey, Jen, how are you doing? God, I haven't seen you in so long. Would love to catch up with you. Hit me up, girlfriend. So,
but Boeing. So they had that whole controversy with the 737 Max. Because they had a problem with the autopilot. It was like it would mess up the elevator system. It was because of the software got messed up. Nothing to do with the actual plane, the physical components. Like the components all worked. The software system thought like, oh no, your elevation is wrong. So it would just basically plow them into a mountain. And that was a whole big controversy. Now we have another controversy again with Boeing. So like their controls and their systems over there really need a brushing up, because
they have to start assassinating more whistleblowers.
Oh God, that's also been like very suspicious.
Yeah, but you guys also think about it. So I don't know if you guys know a little bit during like COVID, the shutdown. A lot of factories were able to keep moving on because they do a lot of these high end like things for like Boeing and all these things that make the government run, and they were able to still create pieces and parts. But let's put this together. Okay, we've all done, I'm sure, Legos as kids, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so now imagine me coming to your house and taking 12 of your Lego sets, 12 of your Lego sets, and then going to 50 other people's houses and getting Lego sets and throwing them on the floor. Now we have to assemble one thing, right?
Yeah.
So Boeing and all these companies use a bunch of resources throughout the world.
Oh, the supply chain.
So everybody's got a bit and piece. But how do you get that all together to make it all one functioning system?
That's why everything is so ridiculously expensive to make, because every single piece has to be perfectly calibrated to fit into it. And a lot of engineers, when they design something on paper, does not mean it will come together in fact.
Oh, I'm glad you said that, because some engineers, they work in the metric system, and some engineers work in the American system.
Savages.
And then you get it to come together. Like, wait a minute, one of these things is like not fitting with the other. I wonder why. That's how you have these bad outcomes.
I know it's an old topic, but just everyone go metric. It's so much easier. I've changed everything in my life. Like I start measuring things in centimeters and trying to get into the Celsius system. It's not as easy as you think.
No, it's not. It's not. And I do think that's a great idea. That I think when you hit a certain part in your training or whatever, as you go through collegiate studies and stuff, everybody should mesh. But you know what? It's just like this. If you learn English, English is easy, right?
Yeah.
But as a foreigner, let's say your first language is French for the first 20 years, learning English is not as easy. So yes, as a young age, probably should have just been metrics, and I agree. Is they make a lot of things easier. I get instructions and I'm like, now I have to convert this. And, it can be difficult, thank God for technology, but back in the day it was opening a book, like encyclopedias and dictionaries and converters and measurement things.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like my dad, I remember was in the shop, he used the micrometer. A lot of people don't even know what that is today. Now it's digital, but you know what? Mistakes are made, as with anything, humans and of course, measurements.
Big parts of a lot of our doctors that come through, they are from other countries, and I think it's a great thing, but they are learning all this. First they learned it in their language, now they're learning it over here in a whole nother language. So the challenge on them is just ridiculous.
But it's crazy. If you ever look at your measurements for your medicine,
It's all the same. That's
it's all in
standardized.
milliliters. It's all
Standardized.
Yep, that's
standardized.
standardized because that's something you cannot screw up. It
No.
has to happen now, and it has to happen just
Exactly.
right.
Oh yeah, I went through engineering school and I had to learn both systems, and so it's like I got my American mind. I know what a foot is, I know what a pound is. Like if they said something was like 15 psi, I knew exactly what it was. But then if you go into metric, they're like 101 kilopascals. I'm like, I don't know what you're even saying right now. Like what the
Foot
hell
is what I walk on. A pound is what I've got to lose.
Yeah, right. How many kilograms is that? And, like, kilograms
Three?
per unit Kelvin. I'm like, this is making no sense to me
Oh, yeah.
whatsoever. So yeah, like American system, we're used to like there was a king with a foot that was 1 foot long, and now we know how long a foot is. But like we have no idea how long a centimeter is, and we have no idea how long a meter is. So it's just like kind of your upbringing, like what you're contextualizing. But yeah, we could all convert over, but we're obstinate, we're stubborn as Americans. So we're like, no, I want my feet, I want my pounds.
Yeah.
A little take on that too. It's just like I do military time because I did in security systems for a long time. So it drives people crazy. Like, what time is it? And I'm like, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, how do you know that? And I'm like, just subtract 12.
Yeah.
But you know what? That's difficult for people today, especially younger generation, because they don't learn math the way we have, and they really have a hard time counting money.
Oh boy.
Seriously. So we're really, as Americans, hate to say this, but we're really putting ourselves down by not allowing us to, or not giving our people the right things to learn. They call it, there's a thing for it in the school
Common
system.
Core.
No, they're actually saying downtrodden children
Oh.
to learn. Like they don't think they have the capacity because if there's not that family environment, this or not. But then they're struggling in colleges, and the rate of dropout is much higher than it was.
You can't lower
20
the
years.
standards for.
That's what they're doing.
Yeah,
And then
lower
it's-
the
We
standards.
had No Child Left Behind, which essentially was lowering the standards.
Yeah.
But like, just having been to college a couple times, I did notice that the people that were foreign born, they were coming in to the States to study. They were like always top of the class.
It was a privilege for them.
Yeah, because I guess we are getting the top students from the other countries, so they're already top of the class, and they're competing with us, where they get like the whole gambit. But I did notice that anytime we had like a foreign national, that they really were pretty much setting the tone for like the top of the class or near the top of the class.
But I think they were set to not fail. Like, I mean, you can fail, but I think that their mindset was, I have this privilege to do this. I hate to say it, as Americans, we think we should get things because we're Americans.
We
don't.
think we have to do it instead of we get to do it.
Yeah, they don't understand it's an opportunity. A lot of people say, like, with college, like, I had to pay for my own, and I'm sure a lot of people don't realize that. There's a lot of people that pay for their own school, and it's not that I got a scholarship. I was going to go to law school, and I was told to go to this obscure law school because I would have been a minority, you know what I mean, to pay for it. And is that what we really want to speak to the public? And let's go back to the bone thing. What I'm saying is, I don't think we are actually upskilling people in everything we need. And I think what's happening is we have that disbursement of where parts are coming, like Kara was saying, and that. So how do you build that Lego set to make it sound And you know what I mean? So when it goes to where it's got to go, it's not going to fall apart.
I had a family member who was working with parts for Tesla, and because it's a brand new company, like Ford, GM, they've been around,
years,
so they have people that know how to do this. Tesla, they had like a brand new team of people, and so they're relearning all these tricks that a senior has passed down to the new person over and over again, and they have to relearn every single thing. So retest
from scratch.
The amount of the hill they had to overcome just to get started is so big, and that's kind of a big deal with being competitive too.
Right.
Do you really want to get into this? Do you really want to jump that hill? You have 50 more flaming hoops to jump through and a backflip to do at the end before you can get through
Tesla, everyone loves Teslas, but Tesla's when they're first coming out, all the seals leaked.
Yeah.
And there's sensors.
I'd be surprised if they didn't.
They're fancy now.
I mean, yeah.
I just saw a video of someone taking a cucumber and putting it in the trunk and closing.
We don't
the
need your
trunk
porn history.
just to see if it would actually recognize there's someone's finger in the trunk. It chopped the cucumber in half, and they did it with 10 other standard vehicles. And all the other vehicles were like, oh, we noticed there's an obstruction, so we don't cut the finger off. But Tesla is far behind in that aspect, and they're far behind in many other aspects, like the seals, a lot of the different tolerances they can't hold. Because you're right, they don't have all that history, the 100-year history. They have an engine and batteries that's novel, but they don't have all the knowledge in the world. So people love these Teslas, they're so great, they're so great. Well, in one aspect, they're great, but in a lot of other aspects, well, yeah, if you get your finger stuck in the trunk, it's going to cut it off.
Oh, yeah. Then again, we never used to have to have a safety feature. Think about it. I have a 2024 Telluride, right? Believe it or not, I have a recall on it already.
Oh.
Okay, and it's actually kind of a major recall, and I'm like, oh my god, this is crazy, right? But at the same time, though, it does let me make sure I check the back seat to make sure somebody's in it or something's in the back, and I'm going to myself, I understand why. I know how many children have become very ill or have passed because for whatever reason we forgot what was in the back seat. But to me, I'm like, oh, I can't shut my car off because it's gonna make me wait a second to check the back seat.
Yeah,
I get it, but I think with Tesla, I think the same thing. And they're like, well, do we really have to have that safety feature?
But that kind of brings us back to what you guys were talking about. One of my favorite topics to talk about is American exceptionalism. Because in America, we have been the greatest superpower in the world for 80 years. So we've gotten complacent. I mean, there's even stories back in the day about the big three auto manufacturers that they're basically engineering them to fail faster so they can sell more cars. Then the Japanese manufacturers came in, in the 80s, and the Japanese cars were way better because they actually had to put forth effort. They couldn't just sit there on their laurels and not innovate. So
the benefits of competition.
We're still kind of in that mode where it's we are America, we're the best in the world, so we don't have to try, which kind of sucks. But nowadays, with 2024, there is a lot more competition coming along from a lot of international sources. So we have to get out of this funk. We have to get out of this mindset we are America, so we can do whatever we want. We have to okay, now we have to compete internationally.
And one of the big benefits and difficulties of globalism, it's we compete with everyone, but we also don't play by the same rules when it comes to manufacturing.
No, we don't.
Workers' rights are way different everywhere, so they get to cut corners on that, but their product gets to come out cheaper, and I don't know whether it would be higher quality or not, but that initial cost for them is down. And there was the kind of an old saying, you get three things. You get good customer service, good quality, and a good price. You can only pick two out of those three.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think that's fair.
Using any great American company as an example, like Nike or Disney or something like that, oh, maybe you can get good quality, good customer service, but you're going to pay out the nose.
Yeah.
Now, if you want all three, you can get all three, but then maybe you're going to have to wait a long time for it to ship from Indochina or whatever.
But that's a unicorn situation, too.
Yeah, you guys got to understand, a lot of foreign countries, their customer service is quite different from ours.
Oh, yeah.
First of all, they don't do tipping, okay, because they pay their people a higher wage, especially in the service industry. There is no such thing as a tip. That is it. It's not even a thing. And second of all, their customer service is, I brought you everything you needed. I cooked it right. Here you go. It's not oh, is that okay? Can I help you? Because the thing is, they're not competing in a large scale. So a restaurant like mine, I'll bring it up. My restaurant is a 3-star. I'm not competing with a 5-star, but I am not competing with McDonald's either. I mean, if you want to go get yourself a greasy cheeseburger with low gray FG meat, go for it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And yes, I get my customer service should be at the top of the line. But again, let's think about customer service. What is that literally on a scale of? You got everything you want. You want to complain. Do you want to be nasty? Everything else. All these other countries I've been to them, they don't mess around. They come to your table, go, you want anything else? You're like, I need this and this and this. They come back, and you don't see them until the end of the thing. They're done with you.
Oh, and customization is a huge thing here. Like, do you want wings? Do you want them fried hard? Do you want them extra crispy? You want all flats? Do you want them jumbo wings and breaded? It's like, maybe in a different country, it's like, you get what you get. Like, we're giving you this, or you're not going to ask for 3 sauces on the side and then like 2 customizations.
Cool Ranch, sour cream, and chives.
Oh, no, charge you for everything.
Yeah, and wonder why it's not there in 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, and I think you traveled a little bit, and you see it. What is on the menu is on the menu. There's no extras or whatever, and they just give it to you and they're like, "See you later, goodbye."
So many times you see someone just flipping out. I'm like, I'm looking around. I see a ton of people here. Like, I'm not expecting anything to happen. If I wanted to get it fast, I would have left the moment I walked in the door and saw all these people here.
Right, and that's again the American exceptionalism. We feel like we're entitled to have everything customized for us. It's like the Starbucks effect. You go into Starbucks, you're not just getting a black coffee. You're making 6 different decisions, and it makes you feel super important. I'm getting the half calf double latte extra pumps,
right?
And add a shot of espresso and sprinkles on top. And then like that has permeated throughout our society. That like we think everywhere we go we can customize it 6 different ways because I'm an American. I'm important. I get to customize it any way I want to.
It's just kind of ironic. I'm drinking a Bud Light just to bring this up out of thing. I didn't ask him if I wanted it customized today because you know what? I open the top, I get what I get.
Yep.
And I think that's as people we forget that sometimes you know what? If you buy a certain box of burgers at a certain quality, that's what you're going to get. You know what? Restaurants like okay, they do certain fries, they have things. Everybody has their certain thing, and not even with restaurants, grocery stores. Right?
Oh,
some grocery stores you go
you
go into some and you're like, you can't find what you're looking for, but if you go to the right grocery store, you get exactly the things you need. That's why you have spice shops. That's why you have flower shops. You know what I mean? So we have to look at it as that one place can't carry everything you need. Again, back to Bowen probably can't do everything they need to do.
I don't go to Costco for perishables. Unless I'm going to drink that whole thing of milk, which I will drink it if it's milk, but I don't need a giant. I don't need sour cream as big as this table.
Right.
I'm not a restaurant. I don't have my own business here. I'm not trying to do that. So.
No, but if you were like, say you had a family reunion coming in and you were cooking for 50,
then
perfect.
I would.
Right.
Wholesale clubs and stuff like that. They're beautiful. If I want something small scale, I go to the corner market.
It's great to have that option, though. I mean, Costco,
Yes.
I love their gas, their tires, their their stuff. It's great, but there's a time and a place for everything, and it really comes down to an informed consumer is what makes an economy good.
We're not informed anymore.
No, and they don't want to be. That's the problem. Like instead of like just 5 minutes of looking, or it'd be nice if there was just a website that did all the thinking for you. Which I get it. I got so many things to do in my life. I don't have time to start researching. I don't have to reinvent the wheel every time I drive. So.
Exactly. And we're very fortunate with that, which I will have to say, being an American, has been very grateful. We have a lot of things right at our fingertips, and we have the capacity to earn more, be better, strive harder. It's up to the individual.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of the day.
Do you guys have a last word? We're going to bring back John and Scott. Yep. You guys want to come back in so we can get towards the end of the show?
Last word, I guess we're going to say that America truly appreciates to live here, but will never stop pushing that improvement button.
Yeah.
Progress never stops, and neither does the human progression.
Yeah. And all I'm going to say is, Bowen, I hope you guys all get this figured out. Families, I hope your loved ones come home. I think we will. And finally, I think maybe just a little bit of due diligence as we produce things electronically throughout the year.
I looked that story up very quickly, too, so a little bit of a, look it up to make sure I'm not spreading misinformation here.
No, but it's still great. It's still a great topic of how technology and how we're focused on.
I did look it up very quickly, and I'm not comfortable talking about things I don't know anything about, unless I'm excited to be on a podcast for the first time.
Hey, well, I'm glad we got you on because we've been talking bullshit for like months.
You were talking
months.
shit on me for months and months?
No, we've been talking to each other about this kind of bullshit for months and months.
I hope it was great for selling all the t-shirts I wrestled on Friday.
Oh, yeah, and one big thing I forgot to shout out, I'll shout out now. Carrie is a shirt-selling maniac. Sold every single shirt they had for Midget Wrestling. That is impressive. That's some sales.
Thank you guys.
For that.
Yeah, but yeah, so just so you guys know, you guys got to check in on our pages. We do a bunch of different things. We don't just do podcasting here. The Midget Wrestling was a lot of fun. It was entertaining. And I have to say, there was 300 people there. It was beautiful to see no fighting, no vulgarity. Everybody was pretty calm and peaceful, except, for the screaming and having a good time. And that's what it's about in a crowd. So that was so awesome to see. Kids were there with their parents and everything else. It was a lot of fun. Next time they're here at All Aboard, you got to come check it out.
All the fighting was in the ring.
Yes.
Outside the ring.
Yeah. We did have some
Outside the
guests.
ring as well.
We did have some guests interface with the crowd, but it was all, of course, safe and fun.
Excellent. All right, well, thank you guys so much for coming on.
Thank you for having us.
Ryan's first time. Carrie, you're an old pro. High five.
Thank you, guys. Okay, we'll let the ones next back in. Cool. Bye.
All righty, we're going to let the other cast
All right.
back in. We're going to end
The transition's
show.
happening.
All righty. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. All right, Jasonda and... Jasonda, come on in. Come on in. Come on in, Scotty Too Hotty Jasonda. All right, we got a couple minutes left for us. Yeah, all right. Well, we got to talk about the hot dogs.
About the what?
The hot dogs. We got the Wild Man Wilson over here. He's going to be eating some hot dogs this Sunday. Remember that?
I
Dynamite
thought.
Dogs.
Yeah.
Dynamite Dogs on Sunday.
No, don't hit it yet, cocksucker. Not you, him.
Oh, whoa.
You hot dog eating motherfucker.
So Ed's going to be doing what he does best and eating wieners on Sunday.
Oh, yeah. Sucking down
Inhaling
those
them.
wieners.
For prize money.
Yeah, at least you're doing it for money. It's called a prostitute.
Right.
And don't forget,
This kid's got to eat too.
we got another show coming up today.
Yes.
Oh, Dogfight Sports.
Dogfight Sports. We're watching some hockey.
There you go. There you guys go.
Yeah, I think I saw Tito the Baseball Whisperer in attendance.
Yes. Yeah, I don't know where he is, but
He's
is
here. He's checking in.
Oh, yeah.
He is here. But
We got a couple minutes, then we got to tune into hockey.
For sure. And then hot dog contest. It's this Sunday.
This
Where's it at?
Sunday. Dynamite Dogs and Menor.
Nice. It's by off Menor Avenue, I believe, right?
Nope. It's on 615 and what's that over there? Munson Road.
I was going to say
Oh,
615 to Menor Avenue.
No.
Yeah, that too.
615
Hot dogs
and
for
Munson
everybody.
Avenue. Hot dogs for Ed. You want a hot dog? You got to
Twelve to
register.
four.
You got to gobble those things up.
Right.
All right, guys. We've had a fun time. We had a surprising amount of guests here, so we didn't get to everything that we wanted to do today, but we'll can some stuff for next week. You guys have a last word or a last topic you want to get to?
Last words.
Yeah, man. Treat everybody good. Don't eat no hot dogs that you cannot handle. Spit on them first. I don't know.
Hot
What do you
Tooey.
Hot
Drop stunners, not drugs, like always.
All righty. Scotty
Beautiful.
Too Red Hot Scott.
That's it. Hey, man, they treat everybody good, man.
All right. Thank you very much for tuning in. Tune in for us. I think about 40 minutes we'll be doing a hockey show. We know very little about hockey, but we're going to have a fun time with it. Thank you very much to IT, Julie over there. Thank you guys for tuning in to Abraham Drinking, and we'll be coming to you.
Awesome.
No, come on. Let the people see.
Yeah.
And the views go up.
And the views
Right.
have skyrocketed.
Yes.
All right, well, there's nothing else. Honest Abe, you can tell no lie. But old John Wilkes, he was a spy. Goodbye.